what we know about people, cultures?
I don't know anything.
You know nothing about Afghanistan.
I haven't been there. I've read stories. I've seen shows.
What kind of stories have you read?
About the nature there. About the
What is the nature there?
like every nature, different than what we've seen.
Different in what ways?
So he has no idea what he's talking about at all.
I don't think I would be very safe in Afghanistan. Their culture is not nice to women.
Okay, but I also don't think many international students are safe here either.
What? What are y'all talking about?
Held in prison.
It's finals week at USF, and so students are going to be getting their grades back. Let's see what they would grade Donald Trump if he was taking his finals. Let's go see what they say. I love your hair. Oh, it's curly girls got to stick together, right? We're asking students today, because you're getting finals. Finals are next week, right? You gonna ace those?
I hope so.
You got this. You got this. If Trump was a student of yours, what grade would you give him on his finals for his job so far in his second term?
Probably an F.
An F?
Yeah.
Okay, wow. So no improvement. He's not passing.
No.
No, okay. Why would you give him an F?
I don't feel like there has been much change in terms of like the betterment of us.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah. 30 states just within the last few days reached gas below $3. He extended and made permanent the largest tax cut to American families in American history. The border crossings have resulted in the past 7 months now, 0 illegal immigrants being released into the interior of the United States. So he has effectively single-handedly solved the border crisis that was so prevalent, couldn't be solved in the last.
So this is a crazy debate. So apparently Caitlin Bennett, which is more so conservative, is on a college campus, and right now she's interviewing college students on what they would grade Donald Trump's time in office so far. Let me know what you guys would rank his time in office so far. And she's also going to talk to foreigner students or immigrant students. So let's see how that goes as well.
Administration. There's 3 good things.
That's true, but that's just 3 good things.
Yeah. So what are 3 bad things?
I can't tell you that off the top of my head.
Okay.
But if I did a little research, I could get back to you.
Okay, but you would give him an F.
Yeah.
Okay. So recently he said that he was going to halt all migration from third world countries. Did you hear about that?
I did.
Yeah. What was your reaction?
Well, I'm an international student.
Oh, really? Where are you from?
Jamaica.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I don't feel too great about that. And I also heard about a ban on international students starting with Harvard. And I just don't support that because I feel like we need international students.
Why do we need international students?
Well, I mean, you would gain knowledge and experience from other places around the world. So
what knowledge and experience would we gain from a third worlder, from a third world countries? Let's say from Afghanistan.
I mean, everyone's culture is different, so you're always able to input somewhere else.
Yeah. So what kind of culture would an Afghani refugee bring to America?
I'm not sure. Anything that an Afghan...
Well, what is their culture?
I don't know. That I can't speak on.
If you could grade Donald Trump's job so far in a second term, what would you give him? A through F?
Maybe a C.
Maybe a C? Okay, so you'd pass him.
Right.
But work to be done.
Yes.
Okay, what could he do to get an A?
I think we could use some better environmental policies.
Okay.
Reduce coal consumption.
What kind of policies would you like to see to do that?
I'm not quite sure, honestly.
So here's what I will always say. When it comes to the presidency, and I'm very consistent when it comes to every president, the good things that happen in a society that are political, at least, or to some degree relative to politics, I give to the president. The bad things that happen, I also give to the president. So when you have a country whose, yes, the border crisis, Donald Trump obviously handled the border crisis. But one thing that is objectively an issue today are job shortages, job cuts, housing affordability. Those things have objectively not been solved. And this is not my opinion. This is just facts. It's just accurate. There are less jobs today than there were 2 years ago. there are less housing today than there was 2 years ago, or at least affordable housing for the average person. So those things are attributed to Trump as well. So that's one thing he can do a better job on. Whether or not you want to believe he did a good job or you don't want to believe he did a good job, I don't care what you believe. I don't care what I believe. I'm looking at what's accurate. Housing is not the best. Jobs are not the best. So if I was to give him a grade, or not a grade, but if I was to give him one critique, it would be that. Let me know what y'all think, though.
Okay.
Just maybe more investment in nuclear and hydro.
Okay. Yeah, I could get on point with that. What about you? You got a different grade, or is he on point?
I'm going more like with a D minus.
Okay, all right. So he's more forgiving.
Yeah.
Okay, why would you give a D or a D minus?
I would like to see us focusing in other areas. I feel like the rest of the world is using their science and technology and experience to do helpful things to individuals as well as to the planet. And
Like what?
Like with universal healthcare programs and with environmental programs.
Did you see the tens of thousands of Canadians that died just last year on the wait list trying to see a doctor and get care?
No, I'm not familiar with that situation.
Yeah, tens of thousands of them died on a wait list because they have a federalized system of healthcare there, and they couldn't see a doctor because the wait list was so long. Where are you from?
Venezuela.
Venezuela.
Yeah.
Okay, and you have no opinion on Trump.
I do like that he contributed to the rescue of Venezuela at some point, or at least he was like trying to.
Yeah.
Because I do remember he was trying to like fight out the Maduro like supremacy attacks and stuff.
Okay. A lot of people are saying he's going to go to war with Venezuela.
I have heard about that, and honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to the idea because I feel like that's the only way that my country could truly be free.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. Okay, I talk to a lot of people who hate Trump every week, and I've been hearing recently how they are protesting against him, and one of the reasons is because he wants to go to war with Venezuela. And these are American old white boomers. But you're from Venezuela, and you're saying, honestly, that might be the best thing.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I feel like their country is so low on military resources, I feel like it wouldn't really be so much of a war.
Okay.
If anything, they would just kind of be like how they bought Russia. I mean, not Russia, when they bought Alaska from Russia.
You want us to acquire Venezuela?
Wouldn't that be so?
No, we don't. We don't want that. That's okay.
I'm not into politics.
Not into politics? Okay.
I'm not from here.
Okay. Where are you from?
From Trinidad and Tobago.
From Trinidad. Okay. What's your degree again?
Mechanical engineering.
Mechanical engineering. Okay. When you graduate, do you hope to get a work visa and stay here and work, or are you going back there?
No comment. No comment.
No comment? You can just tell me what your goals are?
No comment. No comment.
And that's the problem. And that sucks. And Donald Trump did do a good job there. One thing he did say when it comes to a lot of visas is that he made it much harder for people to come to the United States, get degrees, and leave. And you may be wondering, why is that even an issue? Who let them leave? The reason why it's an issue is because you are literally using the United States. And I'm not trying to bash everyone who does it. That's not what I'm trying to do. But the reason why it's growing to be a problem is because there are job shortages. There are things like that. And when you see this thing happening, you're like, whoa, that's not right. That's not fair. It's almost as if you don't really have a real stake in the country and you're kind of just using the land. I don't really know. And you're using it off the premise of programs like affirmative action programs or even DEI programs, and you're using American politics to serve your narrative and go back to your country, which, you know, you're legally allowed to do that. I'm not bashing anyone. It just turns problematic if people see it, and Donald Trump saw it. So what do you guys think about that? I'm not really the biggest fan. I think if you come to the U.S. to get degrees or something like that, work experience, just degrees, you should at least work here for a few years. I'm not saying you're indentured to the country forever, but you get a degree and immediately just say, oh yeah, I know I just took your classes and expertise, but I'm gonna leave. I just don't think that's right. But what do y'all think?
Do you want to work in America or go back to Trinidad?
No comment.
Why is that hard to answer?
No comment. Have a good day, guys.
C, average. What do you think?
How much the grade they will get?
What?
The marquis. You are asking me about the grade, or you are asking?
No. Where are you guys from?
Colombia.
Colombia.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Are they here on student visas?
Yes.
Okay. What was that process like?
It's not too difficult, especially the USF is a very friendly process.
Yeah.
Maybe-
Lots of student.
From Colombia over here.
Well, I don't know about Colombia, but just in general, lots of student visa holders I talked to today. It's kind of hard to talk to Americans on this American campus. That's crazy.
That we have recently, that's true.
Yeah.
So far, when you go back, did that help or did that hinder this country?
Yeah, that's my question to you.
So it helped
Did letting
in the past. it
Okay,
helped.
letting in the third world has helped America.
Oh yes, I believe so.
In what way?
In any way, diversity helps. Not just this country. Obviously, I'm foreigner.
Yeah.
But any country.
Okay.
Diversity helps.
How has bringing in 77,000 Afghan nationals in 2021?
Oh, but that's more specific question. So
well,
it's
how
not-
has it helped?
that I don't know if that helped.
Okay.
I'm saying
It's
in
about
general.
5 people.
'Cause I'm gonna go back.
Sure.
After Second World War,
Yeah.
all the German scientists were brought here. NASA was built on the German scientists. I don't know if
Okay.
you know this.
Yeah.
But the person who headed NASA after the Second World War was a German scientist.
Okay.
And that
Is
was
Germany
built-
the third world?
Well, it's a world outside of US.
Well, it's not a third world country. How would you describe
How would you
third world?
define third world country?
Yeah,
I don't in my view I don't have one first world or third world
Okay,
country.
so you wouldn't say that perhaps Somalia or Afghanistan is kind of they've got very specific
we're all
issues
we're all
rather
different.
than London or Germany.
We're all different, yes.
Yeah, but in what ways is Somalia different than Germany?
I don't know. I haven't been to Somalia.
You don't know.
No, I've never
Okay,
been.
what
to
about
Somalia.
Afghanistan? Which way?
I haven't been to Afghanistan
Okay,
either.
which way is
I
Afghanistan
can tell you what is the difference
than-
between America and Germany because I've been to both.
Okay, so what ways would you just think what we know about people, cultures?
I don't know anything.
You know nothing about
mean,
Afghanistan.
I haven't been there. I've read
Okay.
stories. I've seen shows
What kind of stories have you read?
about the nature there, about the
What is the nature there?
like every nature, different than what we've seen. I guess.
Different in what ways?
So he has no idea what he's talking about at all. He's just saying things. And that it's kind of strange that he's doing that because it just points to the fact that most people just talk. They don't really believe what they're saying or even know about what they're saying. They just say it.
Take care.
If you could grade Donald Trump's job so far in his second term, what would you give him? Because you're getting grades next week. What grade would you give him?
I don't really pay attention to politics because my mom does not want me to focus on that. I guess a 0. I mean, from what I see, I don't think it's great. I don't, his work to me, I feel like I think he's just doing it. The things that he just does it because he knows he's, POTUS basically. So I don't think he really cares for the things that he really does that affects, anybody else, just, him.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, he says America first. He cares mostly about America. And recently, just within the last few days, he said he's going to permanently halt migration from third world countries. What do you think about that?
Halt migration? I mean, I don't really have a lot of sayings in this stuff. I mean, I don't think what he's doing is for me, for example, the only example I can use is his wife.
Okay.
His wife, she's not, from here. So
Right.
if her people, for example, were, held back to, come over here and all that stuff.
Where's she from?
Can't remember exactly where she's from. I just know that, what is it? I've been told that, that she's, of course, not from here and all that stuff, but
Yeah, she's an immigrant, but is she from
Yeah.
a third world?
I have no idea.
No. She knows 7, 8 different languages. She was very successful, made a lot of money being a model, a businesswoman. I think she's super classy.
Yeah.
But she came here legally
Yeah.
as well. And so what does that have to do with wanting to halt migration from third world countries?
I honestly don't. I really don't know.
I think we should abolish jail and we should allow all the violent immigrants and yes.
You hate Trump.
Yeah, mostly because of what's going on with ICE and whatever. I get the immigration part and trying to keep this country safe, but also I feel like the way ICE is going about things is not like okay and probably not legal either.
What ways do you think it wouldn't be legal?
I think kind of just like surrounding people with like guns, even people that aren't criminals, they're just like here illegally.
Yeah. That is a crime.
That is a crime, but not like violent criminals, if that makes sense. And then I've heard like
I just don't understand like this support for criminals. I just don't get it. Of all hills to die on, why this specific one? Why criminals of all people do you like be like, yeah, like I'm against going after criminals? Like, there's so many things to fight for, and this is just not one of them that's worth it to me.
That I also can't speak on.
Okay.
But just to go back to what you were saying a while ago, and then I have to leave because I'm kind of late.
Sure.
I'm sure there are Americans that are probably somewhere else also threatening to bomb places.
Sure, and when you do that in another country, they are a lot more strict. Actually, if Americans went to the third world countries and did that over there, they would be treated a lot worse than how we treat third worlders in our country that come over and commit crime, fraud, murder, rape, disgusting incestual forced marriages with children and their siblings. We treat them a lot better than if we were to go over there and commit crimes.
I feel like that's subjective because, well, where are you from? You're from America?
Yep, I'm from Ohio.
Exactly. So,
yeah.
I feel like that's subjective because one, I don't know if you can say that you would treat them better if they did go over there.
No, I'm saying that in Afghanistan, their government would objectively treat us worse if we were to go over there and commit fraud against their people or hurt one of them. They would probably kill us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough, I guess.
Yeah. I don't think you would be very safe over there. I don't think I would be very safe in Afghanistan. Their culture is not nice to women.
Okay, but I also don't think many international students are safe here either.
You're not.
What? What are y'all talking about? She just made that up. International students are extremely safe in the United States. Like, where do people get these claims from?
Safe here?
For now, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm talking about the people at Harvard that are international and probably other schools that he's going to add to the list. So.
Yeah. Well, if they're not safe, maybe they should go home.
Wow. I guess I should go home.
Do you think that you're unsafe?
I could be.
Okay.
I potentially
then wouldn't then why stay here on a university? You're not paying attention to your surroundings. You've got earbuds in. If you feel unsafe, wouldn't you be safer back in Jamaica?
You're talking about safe in terms of physical.
Yeah. Okay, so it's not physical safety.
No.
Okay, what type of safety are you talking about?
The fact that he put a ban on international students coming.
No, he didn't.
Oh.
What did he do? Can you tell me more about that? The ban on international students?
I have to look that up, but
Yeah.
I'm sure I saw that he's banning international students from coming in, starting with Harvard.
Yeah, so he cannot go and tell Harvard that they cannot bring in international students. That's not how an international student visa would work. It doesn't start with individual schools. It would start federally across the board.
Interesting.
So if you have different information, I'd love to hear about it.
That's what I remember, but that's just
Okay.
something I have to go back and look up.
Which ways?
Yeah, you don't feel safe in the U.S., but you don't want to leave. I just don't. Sometimes I just think that I'm the crazy one because when I watch this, I just get so confused. But let me know what you guys think about this. My name is Jojo, and I'll see you in the next one.